Finally, the federal governments are about to release an Igbo man. The federal government and the Southeast leaders have come together, to agree that they are going to release an Igbo man from prison. But the funny part is this: that Igbo man is not an innocent man called Nnamdi Kanu. That Igbo man is Ike Ekweremadu, who is guilty and has been convicted by the UK government. Nigerian government now has bought the idea from the Southeast leaders and have decided to go to UK. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, they have sent a delegation to UK already. So they are already discussing the meeting. They are already in the meeting now on how they are going to free Ike Ekweremadu, a man that committed grave human offense. Does this ring a bell to you? Yes, for those of you familiar with the Bible, go and read the book of Matthew chapter 25 verse 15 down to 26, where Pontius Pilate, in the feast of Passover, asked the people, who should I release for you? Should I release, Barnabas, who is a murderer, and an enemy of state, somebody who has committed crime, he has committed murder, he has stolen, he has defiled people's daughters? Or do I release Jesus Christ, a man that has done no offense, a man that you just don't like him for nothing because he's preaching something you don't like? And the people chose to release Barnabas, a man whose offenses cannot be forgiven on this earth and the heaven above, but he was released. That is exactly what this reminds me about. Before I go further, let me read you this political report. Earlier today, a high-level delegation sent by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu met with officials at the UK Ministry of Justice to discuss the case of Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who has been detained in Britain since March 2023. The delegation, which included Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Maitama Tuga, and Attorney General of Minister of Justice, Lateef Olasukomi Fagbemi, was later received at the Nigerian High Commission in London by Ambassador Mohammed Meidugu, the acting High Commissioner to the United Kingdom.
Hello, how are you?
So you see that these people are already on the move. They have already gone. We're not talking about if they are talking about whether they want to go. They have already concluded that they are going to fight for the release of Ike Ekweremadu. And let me read something to you, a report by Igbo. It says that Igbo group hails federal government move for Ike Ekweremadu's repatriation from UK. This one is by the Igbo, sure, because they are the only ones who have been fighting for their politicians in power and not fighting for Nnamdi Kanu. The funny part is that you can see the way the Southeast politicians are fighting for their own. Ike Ekweremadu is a man that should have been a life sentence if by right the UK, did their own justice well, because I still feel that the UK, cooperated with Ike Ekweremadu because he is part of their boys they use in Nigeria to oppress Nigerian youths. That is why they gave him that small sentence. By right, such an act is life imprisonment. But what did they do? They gave him few years. And now, they are even opening their doors for Nigerian officials to come in again, to negotiate with them, which this negotiation, money, oil must pass through it. Money and oil must pass through it. They are looking to release a man who the Southeast do not even care about. The Southeast youths, children, adults, they don't care about this man now. Have you come to ask questions in the Southeast who we really want? Just like Barnabas and Jesus Christ in the Bible, have you come to ask who we really want? If you are listening to what the people are saying in the streets by now, you should have known that it's Nnamdi Kanu that we are saying that we want. It is Nnamdi Kanu that we want to be released. But you are going to release somebody for your own political good that will serve us no good. That will serve us no good. This is a man who has been accused of diverting public funds even when he was in Nigeria. This is a man who has been accused by the EFCC. He has a case with the EFCC. He has the case with the ICPC. He has a case with the police. This is the same man that has a case with the UK, and the UK has convicted him and sentenced him to prison. This is a man that has a case with even his state and the Council of Chiefs. This is a man that has a case everywhere he is. And this is this same man that the Nigerian government is going to beg for. The same Nigerian government that the EFCC, which is Nigerian government, has files of properties you can't account for. People are talking every day of the systematic injustice that's going on in Nigeria. And people say that we are going crazy. People say that we are mad. Why are we talking about Nnamdi Kanu? He should go and face justice. But look at the same Nigeria we are telling to release Nnamdi Kanu. They are telling us that he has a case in court. He should go and face justice. But you don't want Ekweremadu to face justice in UK. You don't want Ekweremadu to face justice in a society that has found him guilty. You understand that you want to turn it to a political case. So you understand what political case means now. That means you can do what you want to do when it suits you. Nigeria is not a place. Nigeria is not a place. This act alone has shown the level of disconnect between the federal government and Nigerians. The disconnect. The people are saying one thing and the government is thinking something else. You people are used to oppressing Nigerians. That is why you have no problem. People like Ekweremadu coming out while Nnamdi Kanu is in the cell. You have no problem. You have no problem at all. All you care about is about the money you are making in government. And the more people rise up, the more you push them down. Nnamdi Kanu is in the cell and we have been clamoring for his release for a very long time. But all you can use to pay us is go to release another Igbo man who is serving his sentence in peace. Who is serving his sentence in peace. I know that he has struck a deal with you. Normally, we know how these things work. He has struck a deal with the APC to work for Tinubu. To work for Tinubu in 2027. What else? What else? He has already signed the deal. And I used to say it here clearly, that the money, the oil money in Nigeria is a curse. Because they feel that anything they want, they can pay for it. They can pay for it. People are going out of school in Nigeria. People don't have work, job to do in Nigeria. But you are using oil money to bribe, to pay. You're going to bribe UK government. The most corrupt government in the world is UK government. You're going to bribe them with money to release Ekweremadu. Because you know very well they're going to ask you for money. They're going to ask you for something. You must pay. You must pay. And when you pay finish, Ekweremadu now is going to still fulfill his part of the bargain. All this is 2027 calculation. Election, 2027 calculation. Nnamdi Kanu should be released though. Nnamdi Kanu should be released though. Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Nnamdi Kanu should be released. I'm saying it again. You can think that by releasing these politicians, you have gotten what you want as leaders, as politicians. But what about the people? What about the society? That shows that you don't care. Nobody cares about the average Nigerian. Nobody cares about the feeling of the average Nigerian. It's about what? It's about money. What you want from Nigeria. It's a pity. It's a pity. Just like Pontius Pilate said, who do you want me to set free? Who should I set free for you? Instead of Barnabas, instead of Jesus Christ to be set free, Barnabas was set free. African politicians, Nigerian politicians are the most wicked people in this world. Nnamdi Kanu said it clearly The black man. The black man. So shameful. This is 8 days to the court case of Nnamdi Kanu. We are still here. We are still here. You will never convict Nnamdi Kanu. You will never convince Nnamdi Kanu. I'll see you next video. I've been your host, Chi. Nay. Do. Thank you for watching my video. So I'll see you next one.